शासनपति श्रमण भगवान महावीर स्वामी ने भावपूर्वक वंदन। असीम उपकारी राष्ट्र संत परम गुरुदेव आप श्रीना श्री चरणों में भावपूर्वक वंदन। सर्वरत्नादिक मुनि भगवंतों ना श्री चरणों में भावपूर्वक वंदन। In our life, we all face different types of situations. Some situations are favorable and some situations are unfavorable. Some situations we feel very comfortable, but in some situations we feel like it's a problem. Some situations are very easy going, but some are very difficult to handle. Suppose your wish is fulfilled, then it is a favorable situation. But if everything goes against your expectation, then it is an unfavorable situation. If everything goes well according to the plan and there are no obstacles, then it is favorable. And if your plan fails, then it is an unfavorable situation. Many a times people support us, people cooperate us, so it is favorable for us. But sometimes people oppose us, they criticize us, they misunderstand us, and this is an unfavorable situation. Sometimes our health is good, so it is favorable, and we are ill, then it is obviously an unfavorable situation. Many of times in your life, you are financially stable, but sometimes there is financial loss. Sometimes you get respect from people, so it is favorable, and sometimes you get disrespect from people. So, two types of situations, favorable and unfavorable. Now, you imagine that what you feel when you face a favorable situation. You become happy, you become excited, your mind becomes relaxed, you feel motivated, you are positive, and definitely you like favorable situations. How many of you like favorable situations? Yes, everybody likes favorable situations. They are very happy, we feel very relaxed, we become positive, we become confident. But when we feel unfavorable situation, what happens? Our mind is disturbed. We are totally frustrated. Sometimes we feel angry and it increases our stress. Many of the times, many of the people go into depression and many people feel fear. So, favorable situation gives positive feeling, and unfavorable situation leads to frustration, fear, anger, tension, and stress. Jainism says, Jainism explains the time based on 6 eras, which is called phases. Ara is called phases of time. And the whole time cycle, it is called Kal Chakra. I think many of you might have heard about Kal Chakra, that the whole time is divided into 6 different categories. And as the time moves on, everything reduces. From the first era to the sixth era, everything reduces. The height of the person, it reduces. The lifespan, it reduces. The quality of food, the nature of people, quality of life, everything reduces as the time passes ahead. This is what is Kal Chakra. So the first ara in Jainism, it is called Sukham Sukham. This is the most happiest ara, the most happiest time where there is no pain, no suffering. Sukham Sukham. So only happiness and happiness. So most happiness ara is the first ara. Second ara, it is called Sukham. So This is slightly less happiness than the first ara. There is no suffering in the first and the second ara. Third ara is called Sukham Dukham. So Sukham means happiness and Dukham means suffering. So there is more of happiness and less of suffering in the third ara. And this is the ara when Rishabdev Bhagwan, the first Tirthankar, was born in the third ara. Now comes the fourth ara. So fourth ara is called Dukham Sukham. So Dukh, pain, suffering is more, and Sukh, happiness is less. And it is the fourth ara, and all the 23 Tirthankars are born in this ara, and their whole life passes in this fourth ara. But even Bhagwan Mahavir Swami attained Nirvana in this ara. And after some years of his Nirvana, fourth ara got ended, and now the fifth ara started. The ara in which we are living is the fifth ara, and it is called Dukham. Dukham means only suffering. There is no Sukham, so there is no happiness. In this fifth ara, Bhagwan says it is called Dukham, and there is only suffering. And the sixth ara will be the most dangerous, most fearful, and it is called Dukham Dukham, most suffering ara, where there will be no happiness. So, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. And currently, we are in fifth ara, which is full of suffering. There is no happiness. And that is why somebody asked Bhagwan, the disciple of Bhagwan Mahavir Swami asked Bhagwan that in this present fifth ara, how many people are happy and how many people are suffering? Bhagwan Mahavir Swami said that in this fifth ara, Bhagwan gave a ratio. Out of every 16 lives, out of every 16 souls, 15 are in suffering and only one soul is feeling happiness. So, at any point of time, there are 15 souls which are in suffering, which are in pain, which are in problem, which are facing unfavorable situation, but out of every 16, one is having favorable situation. He is happy, he is relaxed, he is calm, and he is comfortable. So, but naturally, this fifth ara is full of suffering. And that is why we are facing so many troubles. There are many people who keep on saying that once I solve one problem and there are 12, 13 new problems. So finally my whole life is going in solving problems, and problems. And that is why most of the people, when you see most of the people, there is no smile on their face. They are continuously in the stress, in the frustration, and that is why when somebody says something, they immediately get angry and even increase their problems. So, getting frustrated, becoming angry, it never solves the problem. It always increases the problems, and that is why we should learn that how to face difficulties, how to handle uncomfortable situation, what we should do when there is pain and suffering, because we are in fifth ara. So obviously in our life we are going to face suffering more than having happiness. I would like to ask you a question, that do Bhagwan also face difficulties? Do Paramatma, do Tirthankars also face difficulties in their life? Yes. Whether somebody is a normal person or someone is a Tirthankar, everybody has got problems in their life. It is because of a karma which is called Vedaniya karma, and on the basis of Vedaniya karma, people gets comfortable situations and people gets uncomfortable situations. People gets favorable situation and people get unfavorable situations. And no tirthankar, even the tirthankar also gets problem in their life. You know, first tirthankar was Bhagwan Rushabdev. And when Bhagwan Rushabdev became an ascetic, he was the first one in this whole time cycle who became an ascetic. And so people didn't knew that ascetics don't cook their food, don't buy their food, but they go door to door, home to home to get gochari, to get alms for their food and water. They accept only those food items which people give them, which people offer them. And so, when Rushabdev Bhagwan was going door to door for begging alms, for getting alms, but nobody knew that okay, Rushabdev Bhagwan wanted food and water. We should offer him food and water. Wherever he used to go, people used to welcome him because he was the prince before he became an ascetic. So people used to welcome him. People used to give him so many gifts. People used to give him jewelry. But nobody asked him for food and water. 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day, 1 week, 2 week, 1 month, 2 months. Every day, Rushabdev Bhagwan was going, but he was not getting food. What will happen with you? If you don't get food for the whole day, if you go to your home and there is no food for 1 day, 2 day, 3 days, 4 days, then what will happen? Obviously, you will have so much hunger, so much pain in your stomach. Rushabdev Bhagwan, 1 week, 2 weeks, 5 weeks, 10 weeks, 2 months, 3 months, for 13 months and 13 days, he went every day door to door, but nobody offered him food and water. And that is why even Tirthankars also face difficulties. You take an example from the life of Bhagwan Mahavir Swami. Bhagwan Mahavir Swami was such a Tirthankar. All you consider, you sum up all the pain and suffering of all the 23 Tirthankars at one side and all the pain and sufferings of Bhagwan Mahavir Swami on the other side. Bhagwan Mahavir Swami's suffering is more than all the 23 Tirthankars. Bhagwan Mahavir Swami, when he became an ascetic, until he achieved omniscience, for 12 and a half years, he traveled in forest. He traveled in different areas, and wherever he used to go, many people used to throw stones on him. Many of them used to beat him with sticks. A fearful snake named Chandakaushik, he bite Bhagwan on his toe. And a shepherd, when Bhagwan Mahavir Swami was standing in meditation, a shepherd came and he pierced the nails with the hammer in Bhagwan's ears. So much pain, so much difficulty, so many problems. Even Tirthankars also face difficulties. We also face difficulties, and Tirthankars also face difficulties. But the only difference is that Tirthankar Bhagwan is always smiling. Tirthankar Bhagwan is not frustrated. He is calm and composed. But we all, whenever we face difficulties, we all become frustrated. We all become stressed out. Our smile vanishes and we are continuously upset. So, we have to learn that how to face problems. Because when we face problems, it shreds our karmas. And that is why Tirthankar Bhagwan, whenever difficulties comes in their life, they always face it with smile and with calmness. And so, they shred their karmas. So, in this session, we will try to learn that how to face problems, how to face difficulties. The first point and the foremost point is, first of all, we all should accept that there is a problem. Many of the people face problems, but they don't accept that there is a problem. This is the biggest mistake that people do. They tend to believe that no, there is no problem, everything is fine, everything is okay. And not only they convince themselves, but they also convince people around them that yes, there is no problem, everything is fine. Let's take a simple example. For example, a small mouse was living in a house. Mouse was living in a house, and suddenly a cat appeared in front of the mouse. Till now, he was roaming freely without any problem. He never knew that a cat can come in this house. And as he saw the cat in front of him, the mouse closed his eyes. The mouse closed his eyes and started thinking that yes, if I can't see the cat, then there is no problem. There is no cat and I am safe. What do you think? Is mouse safe? If he just thinks that I cannot see the cat, so there is no cat, it doesn't exist and I am safe, is he really safe? No. Whether he chooses it or not, he is not safe. There is a danger. Many of the people in their life, they are in problems. They are in between unfavorable situations, but they try to ignore it. They try to deny it that there is no problem. And when you delay the problem, when you deny the problem, the delay of finding a solution increases. And the risk also increases. And that is why the first step is open your eyes, face the reality, and accept that problem exists. Second, many of the people, whenever they are in problem, they start crying. What most of the people do? Whenever they are in a problem, they keep on crying, they start crying. I think you might also have, many of the times you would have been in a problem, and when there was no solution, you couldn't find a solution, then the last thing people do is they start crying. But do you think crying can give a solution? Oh, I have got this disease. I have got cancer. My hand got fractured. And people start crying. No. Crying is not a solution. Crying doesn't reduce the problem. It gives sympathy from the people. But sympathy is not a solution. Many of the people, they don't cry, but they sing the problem. You know what is singing the problem? Do you sing the problem? Yes, many of you sing the problem. What is singing? Whoever they meet in their life, they keep on telling them, oh, I have got the knee pain, I have got the back pain, I have a problem in my eye, I have this problem, I have that problem, my husband is a problem, my wife is a problem. They keep on singing the problem. So if you sing a problem, do people have a solution to your problem? Can anybody whom you tell that there is a problem in my knee, whom you tell that my husband is a problem, do the person, the third person, has the solution? No, they don't have a solution. But when people sings the problems, ultimately your memory that there is a problem increases and it intensifies your problem. It intensifies your stress. It intensifies your fear. And that is why the second important thing that we all should do is stop crying and stop singing the problem. Do you think Rishabdev Bhagwan would have went and started telling people that, oh, I am going door to door and nobody is giving me food, nobody is offering me food? Did he cry? No. Did he sing the problem? No. And that is why a wise man never cries or never sings the problem. Next, When people end up in a problem, they always find someone to blame for the problem. This is the most common habit of blaming others. When we are in a problem, we always tend to find that from whom I have got this issue. This is this person, and this person was there, and that is why I am facing this issue. But Jainism says, Karma theory says that whatever problem today we are facing, it is because of our past actions. Our actions leads to today's reactions. And that is why whichever punishment we are facing, it is our own crime. No one else is a criminal. Every action that we do is the result of our past actions. And that is why once it happened so in a village few years ago, when students, their board exam results would come in post. Right now the system is online, but previously in India there was a system that the report card, the result of board exams would come in post. And a student had given an exam, and the postman brought his result in the post. And as the student opened the result and saw, he was failed. He was failed in his board exams. And the student started crying. And as he started crying, he started blaming the postman. He started saying that it is you who failed me. It is you who gave me the result of fail, and it is you who brought this result. So you have failed me. Do you think the postman, he failed the boy? Do you think he failed the boy? No. The postman was just a postman. The boy had not given the exams properly, and so he got failed in his exam. What can a postman do? And that is why whenever in our life there is some problem, and if the problem is by some person, then that person is just a postman. We have done something wrong in the past, and this person is giving the result in the present. And so the person is just a postman. Don't blame others, because when we blame others, we keep the main problem on one side and we start many more new problems. So, whenever we are in a problem, don't blame others. Accept it that yes, this problem is because of my karmas, and when you will accept it, your mind will start finding the solution for that problem. So, don't blame others. Next, once upon a time, it happened so, there was a prince whose name was Gatsukumal, and he was the younger brother of Lord Shree Krishna. When Gatsukumal was young, he went to Samosaran of Nemnath Bhagwan. And in that Samosaran, he listened to the Deshna and he decided to become an ascetic. And on the same day, he became an ascetic and went in the smashan and started doing meditation. Gatsukumal, a young prince, on the same day of asceticism, he started to do meditation. But it happened so, situation became such that a man who saw Gatsukumal and became angry. And when the man became angry, he tried to take revenge. And in that revenge, he kept coal, the burning coal, on the head of Gatsukumal. Gatsukumal was in meditation. There was burning coal on his head, and it caught fire, and his whole head was burning in fire. There was lot of pain. It was a problem. It was a difficulty. But in that difficulty, Gatsukumal stood steadfast in his meditation. He was thinking that, oh, this is the biggest opportunity that I have got on this day, and by suffering, by having pain, I will shred all my bad karmas. He started thanking the person who gave him the pain. He started feeling gratitude for the person who has given him the pain. And that is why consider every situation which gives you pain, that is an occasion to shred your karmas. Consider it as an opportunity, and that is why wise people, gnani people, always considers painful situations as opportunities and becomes happy. Next point, whenever you face a problem, start facing small problems every day. If you want to develop the capability to face big problems, start facing small problems every day. Once it happened so, a man who came into the court of a king, and along with him he was lifting a big buffalo. The man came in the court and he challenged the king that, is there anyone in your whole kingdom who can do like me? Who can lift a whole buffalo like me? King asked all his ministers and everybody, but there was no person who said that yes, I can do this. Queen was listening from outside. She came to the king and said that, give me some time, I can do this. It is very easy, I can do this. King just smiled and said, okay, no problem, take your time. Queen inquired that, okay, where in the whole kingdom a new baby buffalo is born? She found out that there is one place where a new baby buffalo is born. She went there, she lifted the small baby buffalo. The baby buffalo was small, its weight was less, she could lift it. Every day the queen went there, she lifted the baby buffalo for some time and again kept down. Slowly, steadily, the baby buffalo started growing, the weight started increasing, and also the capacity of the queen, it also starts increasing. One fine day after a year, the queen lifted the whole big buffalo and came in the court of the king. Why? Because every day consistently she used to practice it, and with the practice she could achieve the highest target. And so every day face small difficulties. And when you face small difficulties, you will develop the capacity to face big difficulties which come suddenly in your life. So what can you do small things? I will give you small examples. Whenever you feel hungry, wait for 10 more minutes. Face the hunger. Whenever you feel thirsty, wait for 10 minutes. Stand for 20 to 25 minutes till you feel the pain in your feet. Do atapna in the sun, and in this way feel the heat. Walk barefoot on the ground so that small stones prick in your leg. Sometimes sleep without mattress. So in this way, you know what? Jain ascetics, they pluck their hair. They don't cut their hairs, but they pluck their hairs. And while plucking, it's a painful process. But they feel the pain happily. And so they increase their tolerance power. The person who doesn't have tolerance power, he gets frustrated in difficult situations. But the person who has tolerance power, he can sustain, he can face the difficulty and find the solution to solve the difficulty. And that is why this Paryushan, you should try to solve, you should try to face the difficulties, because difficulties in life do not come to destroy you. Difficulties in life do not come to destroy you, but it comes to help you realize your hidden powers and potentials. So, let difficulties know that you are difficult. Always remember, whichever pain you get in your life is not more than that of your capacity. You have the capacity to face the pain. And so, welcome the difficulty, increase your tolerance power, and always be smiling.